You know, the butcher block is really a great surface. It's very popular these days. The big problem is, though, that we like to use the butcher block as a butcher block, and so we're going to end up with things that show up as boo-boos on here. Like this is where we put a hot pan down there, and that really looks bad. You got cut marks on some of them, and that can be removed too. What we're using right here is what is called an orbital sander. It's a finishing sander. It doesn't cut as fast as a whole lot of other sanders, but that's what you want when you're finishing. It moves in 4 different directions, so it's not going to leave any kind of scratch marks even against the grain. One thing you want to avoid on something like this would be a disc sander or a rotary sander, like this one right here, or like the one that you would be able to put a sanding disc into your drill. It'll leave swirl marks, and they're going to show up unless you're going to paint over it. We're not going to paint over it. We're going to put polyurethane over here so you can see the beauty of the butcher block. Well, that took care of the burn mark, and it did a real nice job. It's nice and smooth. I wish you could reach in and feel of it. Next, we need to take care of this cut that's over here, and I'm going to use the same sander on that. It'll be a piece of cake. Well, the old scratch is gone completely. It's smooth. You know, we've been doing some cosmetic sanding here, but I haven't been wearing my goggles, but anytime you're doing any sanding, you really should. I want to show you another sander that I think is great. It's called the mouse, and for good reason. It sort of looks like the mouse we use on our computers. It's made so it can go back into corners, and I'll show you. Because of that point, it enables you to get way back in here into corners that you wouldn't be able to get to otherwise. I'm going to do something else. You probably think this is going to be crazy, but now that I've got it all looking good here, I'm going to make a hole in there. I'm going to show you how easy it is to take care of something like that. All you need to do is put just a little bit of wood glue in there. Now the next thing we're going to do is work that in and then just sand it. You know, on any woodworking project, sanding is a very important part. It can make or break your project. So you want to be sure you get it done right, and then you got to remove all of that sawdust before you start putting the finish on.